Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Monday, September 18, 2023. Welcome to my daily vlog. If you've watched this before, you know what I'm doing here ever since I was laid off months ago. Each weekday morning, I get up and stand in front of this camera, and this is my kind of daily stand-up. What am I working on? What am I progressing on? How are stats going? How am I feeling? Things like that. So let's get started. Had a nice weekend. Go back to Friday. You'll remember Friday I was kind of split between work and handling some personal stuff. It was fairly productive. I mean, nothing new produced. I got some writing done. I got some graphic work done. And there's a lot of activity, a lot of comments and social media stuff to do on Friday. So it was a good day to kind of split my allegiances there. Over the weekend, we had some nice traffic on our previous videos, which brings us around to the stats end of it. So hovering around, I don't know, 6,000 or 7,000 views a day right now. Thanks to a couple more days, we made the next subscriber milestone. So we're now at, 37,100 and just a couple. It just hit this morning. Today is a day we've been building toward for several months now, which is not to say that the video that's releasing today is the end-all be-all video, but this product, this review that drops today at 5 o'clock, the new Atari Game Station Pro, it's a pretty cool little product, but I've been involved with it for probably the last 3 or 4 months as I've been, working with my arcade and talking with them about the product. And I had a pre-release version that I was looking at, offered some feedback on, and the changes that they made, it's amazing. And you'll see if you watch the video that's premieres today at 5 o'clock, is that guy was. They showed it at CES in January, and then I did a couple of videos, including one that was like, here are the things I would do to make it better before release. And they did half of them. They actually did the things that I suggested, and then, we were in communication, and it's been a real, so that conversation, that dialogue is what has led to me being able to have all these other toys to review, in the last couple of weeks, because, we're on the phone and we're like, hey, this other thing's coming out, and they would ship it to me. And so it's been a very good relationship. And so today, 2 things are happening. Well, as I build up to today, this is in preparation for today. I have a couple of things for this afternoon. Not only is that live premiere at 5 p.m. Eastern, but right after it, that premiere feeds directly into a live stream I'll be doing, where I'll be a Q&A and playing and showing off what you can do with the Game Station Pro. So the afternoon is what we're leading up to. I have to prep that live stream. I got to do some graphic work. It's already scheduled and everything. All that's taking place. It'll be a busy end of the day for me. But as much as I am anticipating this video doing well, I'm not hanging all my hopes like this is the end-all be-all video kind of thing. I think it will do great. There's no reason to expect that it won't. I think the live stream will be nice, and all that will be fine. But I'm already looking forward to what's the next thing. What's the next thing? So, I worked really hard to get to this point with this product, but this is not the last product in the world. And so, as I look forward now beyond today and what I do, the last thing I have to do today is kind of prep for the podcast edit tomorrow, which we recorded on Friday. So, that in combination with prepping for this big video or live stream release is going to take most of my day, I think. Excuse me. That being said, what I'm now really looking forward to is post this video. Since I've been focused so much on this big review, and it's like 36 minutes. It's a big review. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. You can imagine the time it took. It took me almost a week to make this video. But so now I have another several of these new My Arcade products, but other things are starting to stack up. As I was building, teaching the algorithm that My Arcade, Atari, things like that are things that need to pay attention to me about. That's been working. So that's hopefully will pay off algorithmically. But I have several more of those products to do, but more stuff has started stacking up. So for example, I have a new gadget from New Wave Toys just hit my table that I'll be working on in the near future. I have a new product coming from GRS, an Akari Warriors rotate stick. Like heavy barrel Akari Warriors, like if you know what I'm talking about, your eyes went, if you don't, you're like, what are you talking about, John? But it's a special weird kind of joystick that on arcade machines that made these games almost impossible to play properly. And GRS has created a stick for it, and I'm excited to see how it works because it could game changer for those games. Anyway, he shipped me one to check out. That's coming up. Plus, it's almost Halloween. I've got the new Monster cereals. Each year I do a Monster cereal review. We have a new Monster cereal. So there's a lot more stuff now outside of my arcade that I'm going to start opening up into now that I have fed the algorithm getting down to this day. So my immediate future coming up is going to be deciding how much weight to put on doing the remainder of these toys I have and intermixing more stuff that's coming in the door here. So it's I was talking with George just the other day about the fact that, you know, there was a time when I would kind of look around my room like, what have I not done a review of? What could I talk about? And opening drawers, and I never did a video for that toy from 3 years ago, and I would no, that worked. Doing those videos worked. But it's so much nicer to have a backlog of stuff that is waiting for you to do it, and it's all good stuff, versus versus trying to figure out what to do. So it's kind of an embarrassment of riches, and I hope I can keep up with it. And the trick is going to be to pick the right videos to do. Things like, you know, the Monster cereal taste test. It's not going to be a huge video, but it feeds the existing subscribers who have started asking me. I probably had a dozen people comment, when are you doing the cereal taste test this year? I'm like, people actually enjoyed doing that. I think I've done it for the last 4 years, and so I'll do it again. So, I mean, that video, for example, is, I know it's not going to be a barn burner, but I think it feeds the fan base. And then there's the unknowns, right? We had our meeting with Atari, which started well. That opened up some good doors. I know we're going to start getting a pre-release, a chance to look at things before they release now, whether it's software, hardware, that'll come in the future. But we have all these avenues open to us now. It's now become which path to go down, which tasks to take on. It's literally, I have to choose things to not do or to wait and do when it's not timely, because we can't do everything simultaneously. Certainly a few more of these My Arcade toys. There's some titles that I haven't touched. And then, you know, starting probably after the podcast edit tomorrow, I will jump in earnest into the next video, which you know what, it depends, because if this video does stunningly well, I have a couple of follow-ups that I could do. And so I guess it's going to depend on, am I going to jump into wave 2 of doing stuff that's beyond this My Arcade stuff? Or if this video does really well, you're a fool not to double dip on there. I can do a video about how to upgrade it. I can do a video about its controller compatibility. I can do a video about comparison to the 2600 Plus. I have all this stuff that if this takes off and it starts doing well in long term, I can easily do several follow-ups, just like I did a couple of months ago with the AtGames Flashback Gold, where that did so well that I did like 3 or 4 follow-up videos because it did not make sense to not do it. It's like leaving views on the table. So I guess in summary, what I'll say is the last few months have culminated with this afternoon, but this is not the end-all be-all. I'm already looking forward to, this is a pivot. After today, we'll see how this does, and I'll determine which direction to go in based on the performance of what happens today. So it'll be an interesting day. And we'll talk about it tomorrow and see how it went. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and get busy with the stuff I have to do to make sure today goes off without a hitch. Thank you for stopping in to check out today's vlog. If you did, if you're here every day, love you for that. Thank you so much for being part of my support system. Have a great Monday. I hope you do something good for yourself if you can, and I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.